But like, I really want to try and talk about faith in a way that's accessible and realistic, you know? Like, what do you think is happening?
Like in life? What do you mean?
Yeah, like what's going on? Like, do you think... Let me try to figure out what I'm asking you. Like, do you think that you're fulfilling your purpose? Do you think that being a psychologist was your only purpose? Do you think before you came onto Earth that you knew you would be a psychologist, or that that would be the road that you would take that would make you the happiest? Or do you think that there could have been multiple lives that you could have lived that would have... Like, do you think there's a parallel universe where you exist as a teacher, or you exist as just a, not just a doctor, but like a mainstream doctor? Like, do you think that this is exactly where you were supposed to be, or do you think that there was multiple places you could have been? Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, like I have been a different person all my life, you know. So I have been a different version of me all the time. That is not a me like a fix. No, that's not the word, but it's not like a like
Fixed is the word. Yeah, fixed is the word. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So that is not like a fixed self of myself, you know. So I have been different every day. So yeah, I just thought about the book, the Midnight Library. Is that the
Oh
name?
yeah.
Really cool book. Yeah.
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 It's very simple,
So,
very easy to read. The Midnight Library, for those who didn't hear that, it's about the idea of different lives, right? Different lives not lived.
yeah, like different versions of yourself
But the
in the
message,
same life.
but the message in that book was that the choices that you made brought you here, so they're the right choices. It's this weird, like, fucking cycle.
Yeah, I thought like what happened like by then, as much as I remember, is the like the the person became more grateful for what they have
Exactly.
at the present.
Yeah, exactly. Or remember that other movie that we watched where the girl decided to have the baby and didn't decide to have the baby? Remember the girl? It's like a really cute American movie, and like it was like Say Yes or something, and like she decided to have the baby in one, and she became like an animator. Remember, she was like an artist.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like it's really vague, but yes.
Yeah, it's very warm. It's very sweet. I think it's Say Yes or something. I don't know anything about it. Let me look it up. But it was like that. It was like both lives turned out exactly the way they should have. I don't know. Like I think I'm questioning recently how much not control, how much power I actually have in my destiny, and how much is like you stepping into the role that you're supposed to play. You know?
Yeah, I think it's like for me has been in the way that the more that I take the responsibility of being myself,
Yeah.
the more I am where I'm supposed to be. You know?
Yeah. But like as in like the more I let go and let the universe guide me, the more I feel like myself though.
It's the more that I listen to myself, the more like my intuition or like the more close that I feel with myself, the more I am where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, but then what like is intuition God? Like is that the voice of the universe, you know? Like your gut feeling, like following the signs?
Yeah, so I don't know what it is, you know, like it's hard to say like the name God, you know, because can mean so much things like to different people, you know.
Yeah.
But I would say like that's kind of like the what I feel is kind of like I feel like the higher self, my higher self, you know, where it kind of like knows.
Yeah.
It's not really connected to the to the experience that, as far as I can see, it's more connected with the different level of like what it is, you know. So it is like in this different place, so he has access to more acknowledgement, you know. Acknowledgement in a way is more connected to the whole thing, to the flow of life, you know.
Yeah, that's
So
so
it knows
true.
more,
I
it
love that.
feels more.
Yeah,
It's the energy, you know. It knows how to fix itself by itself, you know.
that's so
So when I
interesting.
feel myself really here, you know, really connected to the material stuff kind of way, I'm kind of like, I just see like as far as my eyes can see. So I just see the wall now,
Yeah,
you know. But
yeah,
it's much more than that. It's much more
yeah.
than this wall. It's much more than what I believe. It's much more, you know. So I think the intuition is connected to this, you know, this whole thing.
And so do you think that the higher self knows more about where you're going? Like, do you think the higher self is like lightly guiding you into your destiny then?
I think it's yeah, yeah, yes. But let's say the destiny is like your growth, you
Yeah,
know.
you don't like the idea. Yeah, because that's, I don't really see myself in any certain, I don't see any certainty about it, you know, and that's why I think it is about growth. But then again, it's like, you know, certain people come into your life, like for like me and you, when we first met, like I knew, like I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is a long-term friendship, you know, like I knew, you know, the way there's some things you just know. And I was dating a guy recently and I had that kind of outer body experience, I would describe. Not sexually, you guys, calm down, but I mean in the actual moment of just looking. You know the way you look at someone, you see them like that, connected to the material world, and then all of a sudden it's like, vroom, like you've done acid or mushrooms, but you haven't. You're just drunk and smoked a little bit of weed. But you know, like you just, all of a sudden it's like, you know that this moment was supposed to happen, you know? And then like that, the human me like would overthink that and be like, oh well, then this is supposed to be more than what it is. But actually it's just the awareness of the moment. There's no attachment to the future. There's no attachment to the anxiety of the future. It doesn't mean anything for the future. It's just an awareness that in that moment you're safe and you're good
Yeah,
and
we
you're
just feel like the life, like the present more than like the little that we can experience every day, you know. So you
exactly.
just have this.
Yeah, and it's like you feel it in your body, and it's overwhelming sometimes, you know. And the only thing I would describe it to is like being on acid, because being on acid is just like that the whole time, you know. You're just like, oh my god, everything is so connected. Yeah, it's just this. But then during my life, I get these rare moments, you know. I get them with Ava, where I'm just like, it's just like a feeling of home, and not in the sense of like, I could cry now, not in the sense of I'm in my apartment, but like spiritually home, like comfort and recognition and safety and like God is
This
what
is
I would describe it as. Yeah, I feel it in my inside my body, like a warmth, and then inside my mind, like as
yeah,
if anxiety just disappears altogether, and it's just this kind of it's like that. It's like you you're connected. It's like your higher self and your lower self are just connected in that moment. And you're like, well, duh, this is it. And then you go back out of it and you're like, oh God, I have to do this and after this and this and this, you know, and you lose it again. But they're just, those rare moments are what make me feel the most like there's something out of our responsibility. That's what I think. That, you know, as in like it makes me feel taken care of in a different way. You know, because I do think as much as the human experience is about being with other people, you feel so alone. You know, you feel so alone. Like I feel so separate to even Ava. I feel so separate to everybody else. And then in those moments, it's like you can feel the presence of other things inside your body for once, you know?
yeah. I'm so happy for you, like that you felt that way, because it's amazing. I mean, like how I am hearing you. It's like you felt like the experience of love, you
Yeah.
know, as itself. You know, you're just
Yeah.
like
But I feel it like it definitely helps if you drink red wine and smoke a joint, you guys, for sure.
So that's
For
the
sure,
recipe, guys.
guys. That's, if you want to get there real quick, that's the best way to get there. Woo, woo, woo. And
Red
then,
wine
yeah, and then, and then, and then there's gonna be a lot of people will feel like home, baby. But
That's not the way.
no, but like as in it's definitely no, because it's an altered state of consciousness, right? Like your inhibitions are dropped. It's mood enhancing drugs as well, but it's also there's definitely you're closer. Right, let me try and get a sentence out. You're closer to being asleep when you're drunk or on weed. You know what I mean? And like sleep is where you completely let down all of the facade of being human and you enter into the consciousness of the greater whatever the fuck is going on. So I feel like that's why psychedelics and ayahuasca and DMT and weed and certain alcohols can actually just kind of bring that experience to you a little bit faster. Like I would argue the red wine is medicine. But you know what I'm saying? Like I do, it's the same feeling that I've had, but it does happen. Like, you know, like just when you're a little bit buzzed and you're with your best friend and then you just look at each other and you're just like, ah, you know, it's like that. And then also that weird, like, feels like this moment has happened before.
Yeah, but that's different. That's a different thing, isn't it?
Do you think so?
Like it has happened before. Yeah, I think it is a different thing because you don't feel that all the time, do you? I mean, I have been having deja vu's like now for a while now, and it is like now I'm getting disturbed by it.
See, that's
and I'm just okay. Had enough now. What's happening?
See, when I get a deja vu, I see it as a sign, as a reminder that I'm not alone on my path.
I mean, like, yeah, that's interesting because I don't feel that way. I just feel like I feel relaxed in the way that I kind of like, okay, like I have been here in a weird way before.
But doesn't that kind of just make you feel like, okay, I'm supposed to be here then? Like it's a reassurance.
I don't know. I don't see like that. Like I'm supposed to be here. I'm just kind of like I feel good to be here, but it's not that I'm supposed to. But like what I'm feeling right now, it's a good feeling because I could feel this feeling in another place. I don't know if it was good there as well. You know, I don't know. I don't think it's like I'm supposed to. It's just kind of it's good here, you know, and I'm recognizing that.
Yeah, same thing. I suppose supposed to is too heavy, like control wise. But I mean more as in like it's like reassurance that I don't get that feeling if I'm in a wrong place. You know the way sometimes you do make a mistake, like you do make the wrong turn, you know? Like it's just reassurance that I'm like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just like, that's why I think I'm excited for you that you're getting deja vus, because I think it's just like, okay, if you feel like you've been here before, that's not a coincidence, you know, like it's it's some type of sign from your unconscious. It's something.
So that's the thing, right? I told you about that before, I guess, about the time. Like this, years ago in my life, like there was like this time that I always, when I always look at the clock, that I always saw like the same, like, you know, like matching times, you know?
Yeah.
And then like that for a while, like more than a month. And I was like, okay, so now it's getting a bit annoying because like what's happening, right? And then like something really bad happened, right? So there was a really bad experience in my life. But after this really bad experience that I had, lead me to like growth, self-growth, right? So of course it was really bad, but I feel like the universe, let's say, was trying to tell me a heads up in ways, you know. It's kind of like it's time to change, time to do like in a different way, but like I wasn't really connected to my intuition, to myself, so I couldn't pick what was happening, you know. So I just let what was happening happen, you know. And then something really bad happened, and then then became like the growth. Like there was a transformation with me, because then like through the pain I could learn something. But as well, I don't believe like we have to grow always through the pain. So what I believe is, when we are connected to our intuition with ourselves, we can grow much lighter, because we're going to pick the signs, the feeling. Sometimes like you go like somewhere and just you feel like the vibe is not really nice, you leave. You don't like insist to be there, you're just like, I'm not feeling good, there's no reason for me to stay here feeling bad about myself, so I'm just going to leave and do something else. And then when you just pick this, like what's happening, like these feelings that you like having, like this feeling, like this connection with yourself, you just avoid learning and growing through pain, you know? So, and so I don't know, like when this deja vu's and time, like this matching time happen, I think it's like a sign. I don't know what sign. Well, no, but why? What the sign for me now? It is just to be aware of what I'm feeling, just to become to myself again. So when I see, I'm like, okay. So just connect with yourself and be in yourself and be real, be you. Don't try to avoid any feelings that you feeling. Just go. Just be here for yourself. So that's kind of like the way that I'm learning go through life. So so I hope, but like I mean, like the last years, like it's have been really like easier, not really like big traumas happening, like I have been learning and growing through like a really better like path, I've been much lighter.
Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, I think me and you differ on opinions, that in the sense that I think I do, and I don't know why. I think I do believe in like soul contracts. Like I think I do believe that certain things we kind of know that we're going to go through on an unconscious level. Um, like certain pains, certain traumas, certain heartbreaks. Like I don't know if we know details before we come onto Earth, but like I definitely feel like like that feeling when you meet someone and it feels like you already know them, and you feel in your heart that they're going to play an important role in your life in some capacity, and you don't know why. Like I feel like that's kind of the path revealing itself, and it's something that in your unconscious you were already aware that this is a pain I have to go through. Then even if this, like, like if you meet a guy, I'm just going to use heartbreak because it's the most relatable, one of the most relatable ones. I don't want to go into family or whatever, but if you meet a guy and you feel like this is something, but you kind of don't see them as your husband at all. And then a part of you would be like, right, well, if I don't see a future, I shouldn't go through this. You know what I mean? It's like that's the human, that's the fear, that's that kind of low vibrational. But then the higher wisdom would be like, okay, but if I feel, if I trust, if I have faith that whatever is supposed to happen is happening, and you let go, rather than like, for you, you're saying like if you feel like, okay, this is not working, you think that you should pull back.
Okay, so let's say you met this guy,
Yeah.
and you have faith.
Say, let's even a friend. Like, say you meet a friend. You meet a girl that's a friend, right? Let's say a friend, because like I just don't want this fuckboy to listen to anything. But say you meet a friend, yeah. Say you meet a friend, and you meet a girl, and you're like, whoa, we really fucking vibe. But then there's a layer of distrust, and you're like, this person. I've had this with actual friendships where I'm like, this person feels like a soulmate, but this friendship is hard for me. This friendship is. It's not good for me. I'm not being treated responsibly. But then on some deeper level, you're connected to this person in a way that you can't really describe, and you have to you have to see it through.
So it could be like a lot of things, Like,
yeah, it could be a work. It could be a work situation. It could be anything. Oh, you're saying a lot of things inside. Sorry.
Yeah, inside. Yeah, like what I believe is kind of like when we come to the earth, we have a goal, we have a goal.
Which is to grow, or you think it's more like? an action?
No, to grow. Growth is the path, but we have a goal. Like you're going to grow through this path, in the
Okay,
path
so
in the
yeah,
way
so you
that.
think that there is some type of destiny involved?
No, like I think it's what I think it's more kind of like um you have like, okay, let's say you have like a trust issue, right? And that's too light. I don't know, come with examples, but you have to go through things, to uh,
I know what you're saying. Like opportunities for healing will come to you from the pain that you've experienced when you're younger, or like you will attract things that can help you heal.
yeah, that both as well. But like I think we have this goal, like when we come to earth with this goal of like healing this wounds that we have already, right?
From past lives.
From past lives, yeah. And then we come to heal this, right? And we know like we have like some more talents, like some more like like our like personalities, right?
Yeah.
We have more like things that are easier
Yeah, like
for
your
us
brain is very logical, very analytical, very practical, very good. Like we discussed this before, whereas I have more of a creative visual brain. Like remember we realized with outfits, I was like, oh, that will go good. And you were like, oh, and I was like, I can see it in my head. And we realized that you can't, our brains don't work the same. Like you see things in your head that I don't see in mine and vice versa. Like you're much more medicine, like you're much better at knowledge, I think, than I am, But go on, sorry.
Yeah, so we kind of have this, and then we come here, but then we don't know. We're like a baby. We
Yeah,
don't
we
remember.
forget everything. Yeah.
We just starting, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But we come with this womb,
Yeah.
and then it just like the traumas. It's not really traumas, but what happened is like we choose, like what I believe that we choose our family. We choose
Yeah.
the environment that we're going to arrive, because this environment is going to stimulate us to grow. This part of the ourself that is needed. It's not like, it doesn't say that it's going to be good, easy or like happy. It's just going to make you grow in the part that you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gives you the tools to work in the future. But so that's like the take responsibility like for our lives and grow through that, not be guilting our parents or like environment, because when we do that, we kind of take the power, the responsibility of us like living our life and give to the others. So that make us like weaker, and then we cannot like achieve where we have to achieve.
Yeah, like
It
you don't want to
doesn't
be a victim of your circumstance. Like your circumstance are your power as well.
as well, but it doesn't mean like you have to be like, so that's like in the path is that I believe is like to, like in the example that we were saying, right? You met this person and you feel like, I believe that we have like a family out there as well. We have this family, the people that we know, we have people that, like
Soulmates.
friends that yeah, and then we come here and this person, like the people come as well. So when you met these people here, you just like have this feeling that I know you,
Or you know them in not a healthy capacity, and I'm like, you fucking prick. Get back up, get back into the sky. I'll deal with you in the sky, motherfucker. Don't start coming in here.
Like, or this person that you had this big fight.
Yeah, but there's
like,
all there's inhumane hatred between some some soulmates. Like, you have soulmates with each other and you feel karmic. There's something karmic there that it's like, you're angry about something from a different life. Like, this is not
That's
this
the
life.
thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get caught up in this feeling of like the pain, So that's the thing. You feel this. I'm supposed to be here. I know this person. This energy is familiar, but doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah.
You see? So what's going to say to you, if it is good, if not good, it's yourself.
Yeah.
What are you feeling? So you have to be present to read the room, to really know what's happening, what you're feeling without denying, because we deny. Because sometimes we just want to be there, it feels good, so we just like, we carry on,
Yeah.
But so sometimes we just there perpetuating like the pain, we just there like getting more pain, then we stuck in the same wound that we came to heal.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. I'm just thinking about myself now, my relationships and what wound. Because I don't know, sometimes I agree with you. And then sometimes I think what hurts us can help others, and at what point does your self-sacrifice become too damaging to yourself, right? Because I do think we can obviously fundamentally help each other, like if we have these karmic relationships, sometimes we want to help them, there's an unconditional love bond there. But like that, then you might stay in a situation too long that it becomes damaging for yourself. And then that's where you're not actually helping anybody. But there is, up until that point, like I don't like, I think this is where I have a problem, right? I have a problem with disconnecting with people, like I think I have a strong tolerance for assholes, like I have a high tolerance for pain, like as in relationships, like I'll suffer them and I'm like, oh yeah, but they're just having a hard time, and it's like how much of that can actually be done. But then at the same time, I like helping, but so I'm curious as to what it means for me, because I definitely think that there's certain relationships that I continue to hold out hope for, that might not necessarily be healthy for this life.
Yeah. Sometimes it's really hard to let it go. Because
sometimes it's a family member. Sometimes it's your dad, Sometimes it's your brother. Sometimes, sometimes it's, and you feel this like these out of world emotions, these kind of strange knowings and like understandings that aren't really 3D, right? Aren't really like in the physical. They're just like deeper. But then at the same time, it's like, but then that's your family member. And there's the pressure of the physical world and the unconditional love. Like some people really have this kind of hatred with their own sister,
Yeah, and that's the thing as well, to heal, like
to heal,
go through it.
Yeah. But like, would you like, are you saying that if you don't feel good in that relationship, to step away from the relationship? Like, are you saying pay more attention to what you're feeling? Right?
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes you have like let's say like it's your father, it's your mother, it's really hard to step away from family.
Impossible, nearly impossible.
Sometimes impossible. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just move to Ireland.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is hard. But I think it's like about like, that's the thing. Like I'm always coming back to the same point. Be with yourself. Be in yourself. So maybe you have like to deal with these people, but you have to be. So you have to work like your limits. You have to your boundaries, right? So you have to respect yourself, know where to stop, how hurt you, how like this pain presents itself to you, understand why you're getting hurt by that. So it's a self-analyze, so you self-analyze yourself, like what's happening, why this person is annoying me or hurting me that much, what's really happening. So you step away in a way that is not like, okay, so I'm pretend this person doesn't exist. It's not that's not the way, because you're not stepping away from anything. You're just like running. So it is like to be there in the way that you're not denying your reality, but at the same time you're respecting yourself. Your boundaries.
That's a really hard balance to strike. Really hard balance to strike.
hard. It's really hard.
Oh, and like we both like have called each other with some serious anxieties about things that are so minuscule, you know, and like we would literally will do like I feel like both of us find career stuff really comforting, really safe, not easy, but challenging in a healthy way for ourselves, you know? Like we have, it's not any coincidence that we are living very similar lives. We're living parallel lives a lot of the time. Me and Marianne have gone through very similar situations at the same time, which is very exciting. So weird. Yeah, so weird. It was so funny. But she didn't get pregnant because she's selfish, but whatever.
It'd be hard for me to get pregnant, you
Yeah,
know?
that's true. That's true. I remember when you said to me, you were like, would you care if Ava was gay? And I was like, imagine never having to think about unplanned pregnancy. Like that would be the dream, you know? And two girls in the oh, let's not. She can be whatever she wants, but we're open lesbian. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, but like again, both of us can take on from outside perspectives, would look at like really, even I think certain deep traumatic stuff, I think we handle with a lot of grace. And then something as simple as a friendship that doesn't make as much sense can throw us over the edge, or like something as simple as a new romance. Like, why would you say that we're triggered by certain things? Like why do you like certain people can get so overwhelmed by work, right? Like work becomes their entire narrative. Whereas for me, that was never the case, you know? It was always boys were my fall down, you know? Boys were the thing that if I like somebody, I get overwhelmed and consumed by this, you know? And you'd be so proud of me in the last couple of weeks. I've really watched myself and and it was like what you said, it's like, it's not about him if every single boy triggers the exact same feelings within yourself. You know what I mean? It's literally nothing to do with them then. It's all yourself, right? And so I think you'd be quite proud of me because like that, I just took a step back and I just watched myself and I was just like, this is all just my inner chaos. Like there's nothing else out there. So I was very cautious and like very purposeful and like trying to heal my anxiety by myself. But like, why do you think it's certain parts of the world like trigger us? Is it childhood stuff or is it just like
And
personality?
why am I triggering the chaos? Why am I like creating chaos in my life?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But like, no, because I think it's quite normal to like like, I think you should still date, but like, why does something so tiny fuck my whole life up? You know, like it just comes along and all of a sudden, like,
Now I'm going to pretend that I'm Marcus.
ah,
So what is a tiny thing?
but no, but like, as in, like, not even recently, but like, you know, it's, you know me, when I first met you, I was consumed by an obsession with somebody who now I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for not giving in to me. Fucking hell. But I was so obsessed for like 8 years. And it was nothing to do with him. Now I can see that, you know, nothing to do with him. Like, do you think that, but it was a sickness, like, I think, you know, it was a real sickness. Like, from your perspective, like, do you think that when that happens to somebody, like people get stressed with work, like, you know, there's workaholics and they get obsessed with work, and there's certain people who get obsessed with their career and obsessed with success in the same way, and they might not ever give their relationship actual true importance or like emotional power, you know what I mean? Like their emotional power is held within their work, so it's different things for everything. But where does that stem from?
I think it's like every person has like a place that you come from, right? But what I'm understanding what you're saying is kind of like, I think the question is what I'm running from. Because if you're obsessed with something, you're not with yourself, so you're running from some feeling that you're feeling, but you're avoiding to feel.
And like, but where is that feeling coming from? Like, do you feel like that feeling is often like a dormant childhood feeling? Like, is it more often than not? Or like, can it be the actual heartbreak, or is that heartbreak the symptom of a previous heartbreak?
Yeah, can be like
Can be anything.
can be anything. Depends on the person, right? So like in your case can be one thing. For me, like can be another thing. For another person, like a alcoholic can be another thing. But like basically it's like we how we experienced like our childhood in our like small level of understanding when we are a kid, you know? So something is happening, we kind of like come with this like, uh, you know, when you're like a child, then you're like the whole world is your house, your family, you know?
Yeah, you feel like
You-
the center of the universe.
yeah. So then you just try to like kind of like become with a like with this like what's the name of this? Just become like with this like sense of reality, like you just start like I don't remember the name now.
Fantasy, no?
No, no,
Attachment,
I
no?
am not remembering this. That's so obvious. It's supposed to be obvious anyway. Like just like come like with you just create this reality, right? So like my father, let's say my father works a lot, right? And then I would just like as a kid I was just like work is a really pain as you know, like I hate work because why, right? Because you don't have your father as much as you wanted, but you don't have like this future, so you just understand that work is really annoying and you hate work, but what's underneath that, you want your father closer to you.
Yeah.
So when you go to
I
life,
can't
when
relate at
you're
all. No, I'm just kidding. I can't relate at all, but I'm just like, I obviously can.
and then when like when you go to life, then you just like avoid work, or just like work is really hard for you because you have like this belief that the work is annoying, that the work's not good, you know. So it just start building like this relationship, and from this belief that you created when you were younger.
And so then this pain, right? Because you can have like so many people, their pain is that their dad was at work. Like this is probably a universal pain for like billions of people, you know, like this. But then do you think then that each child will manufacture their own interpretation of this pain, and then that will be ah
So like like let's see like twins, right? They grew up in the same environment with the same people, but they understood the world differently.
yeah. I still think the twin argument though, because twins are completely different spiritually people. So like they have their own past traumas and stuff as well. So I still think that there's something, yeah. Um, like twins are so different by nature, you know? But like that nature then feeds into their perspectives on the world. And like, would your nature also then predict how you're going to handle certain things? Like if you're more introspective?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes like yeah, that's the thing. You know, sometimes like I like to say twins because like twins, you understand that they have the same
Yeah,
age.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Same
like
circumstance.
yeah,
Same circumstance,
and
yeah. It's
like
quite
let's say
crazy.
like
Twins are crazy.
and let's say one's a cat, another one is a dog.
We need to get on to cat dog. Cat dog, alone in the world with a little cat dog. So me and Mariana are cat dog because you're a cat and I'm a dog. And it has fed, I feel like every single argument that we've gotten into, every single disagreement, our way of living, everything can be reduced down to the fact that you're a cat and I'm a dog. Honest to God, wouldn't it? Like we would be having the most deep, intense conversation, and then at the end we'd be like, well, you know, cat dog. It's just the way it
Yeah,
is.
so the cat being more introspective and the dog being more extrovert.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. I'm quite introspective as a dog, but more introverted, you mean? Introverted?
Yeah,
Introspective is like what? Like being very thinking about what's happening and all this stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm
What did
quite
I say?
introspective, you said.
And the other one?
Introverted.
Oh, I see now what I said.
You meant introvert.
Now I'm
I
confused.
understand life more now. You mean introverted and extroverted? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I'm an old dog. That's what we like. Me and my cousin played the game with our family members. Like I'm not a puppy. I'm a dog. You know. And then there's certain people who are puppies, and they're just like fucking. You know, there's not as much thinking happening. Whereas I think dogs can be thinkers as well. But then cats, like you, like it would happen when you would come home from work. You would come home from work. We sound like an old married
You
lesbian
should
couple.
live together, right?
We used to live together, yeah. Which I hope people would understand that. And you would come in from work, and I would lie there, and it was like I was like I was a trained dog. A trained dog with a cat. I would be like, give her 5 minutes, give her 10 minutes, you know, and I'd be just watching their dog, and I'm like, don't. And you would just come in like a fucking cat. You wouldn't even say hello. You would just come in and just fucking slink around the gap and like go into your room, do my things. I just have to do my things, you know, like just go in. And then after about 10 minutes, finally, the cat would grace me with her presence. Like you'd come in and be like, and so casual, like, hey, how you doing? And I'd just be like, oh yeah, chill, you know, so chill. I'm sitting here chill, waiting for you to interact with me, because I would just be so excited that there'd be another human being to play with, you know. And it's so funny. But even when we go out and about, like if we go out and about, but like when we try, like, I imagine the two of us just leaving the house, like let's go out and about. But if we were out and about, cat dog. But if we were out for dinner, like the way we interact with our environment is so different. Like, you know, like if we're like, I'm like, let's go in here, let's open this door, let's open it, let me check this window. Whereas you'd like would just slowly approach something, just like and stand and just look at it and just be like, let me just think, you know, just so. And I'm just like, by the time you, like I've done about 20 moves around you, you know, and then we'll meet and be like, okay, now let's get on to the next part of the moment. But it's so funny, isn't it? Like remember we went to the castle in Edinburgh and you just like would slowly move through it, and I like was literally I think running around the whole place.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a nice
It was a nice
place.
day. Yeah, Edinburgh's beautiful. I could live in Edinburgh for a while. Edinburgh's beautiful. Yeah, so fun. Oh my God, remember you were singing the song in the bar and then it came on that night. We were in the pub and you were like, oh, you're not even singing. You were like, oh, I really want them to play this song. And it was like, it was Africa. Na 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 na. What go? Yeah. And then all of a sudden it goes, Doka, Walka.
And like it was like I don't know, like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Why would
Yeah. It was perfect. It was so perfect. It was such a good trip. Yeah, but I think the cat dog thing is real, and I think if more people knew about it, they would fight less. Like I think, honest to God, like me and my cousin went through our whole family and talked about who was a puppy, a kitten, a cat, or a dog. You know, and certain people are so definite. You know what I mean? Like my dad is a puppy, my brother is a puppy, and then certain people you'd be like, oh, like an old dog and an old cat, like it's harder to decipher, like, you know. But then there's certain people who are just obvious. And yeah, it's just different ways of living. But this is where I think reincarnation comes into it. Like I think this is just one of my stupid theories.
One question. I never thought about this age, right?
You didn't
so
think
do you
about
think I'm no, just the dog and the cat thing.
Yeah,
but
no,
like the
like,
age,
yeah,
like
you're
just add more elements to it, you know.
I
So
know.
do you think I'm an old cat?
I think you're an old cat, yeah.
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 Jeez, I think like I'm like middle life cat.
Yeah, okay, if you want, if that makes you feel better. You can be a 35-year-old cat with Botox if you want, whatever it makes you get up easier.
I like to go to the bar, you know?
Yeah, but no, but okay, so let me tell you who's a kitten that we both know. Like, as in certain people are kittens and they're, you know, the way kittens are much more playful and energetic. Like, I'm an old dog, like, I'm not a puppy. Like, as in, I have a certain, you know, I have a certain slower nature, I think, than certain people who are more puppy-like. Like, Robbie is a puppy. Sorry, Robbie, you're a puppy. Like, it's a great thing to be a puppy. It's a great thing to be any of them. All of them are great. But Robbie is a puppy, do you know? Like, like, you know?
He's a really nice person.
He's a really
cute
nice person, yeah. So full of energy, you know. Puppies are just like...
He's going to watch this.
I hope he does it, Robbie. I want you on. Yeah, I think he'll watch you.
So nice to have
I
Robbie
know,
on.
I really want him on. But I think he will, but I'll have to see. But if he will, please do. Yeah, I really want him. Because Robbie's one of the best leaders I've ever learned from. Like, I'll take what Robbie has taught us and, like, apply it in all of my career going forward, because he was, honest to God, I was so happy working there, and it's so hard to get... I'm like a hard worker to please. Like, it's hard for me to work for other people, so to like retain me in a job for that long, not that I'm that great, but like, as in, I get quite discontent, and like his The way he ran that ship was like, we were all so happy to work there, you know? He brought such a good energy, you know? And remember we were fighting, like we were a big group of girls and then it became like war. The girls were now, the girls are this. Well, I name who was on each side.
I had no size.
Well, you were on my side. No, I'm just kidding. There was no sides. But no, like there wasn't, there was certain people, like as in me and you were, yeah, there were certain people who were floaters who cared less. And then there were certain people who just didn't like each other. There's no secret. And that's natural in work environments. There were certain people who didn't like each other and other people who, you know, it was all a mesh. And then there were certain people who really butt heads at certain points. And then Robbie brought us all out for drinks at that time, which I thought was just genius, you know?
I wasn't there.
Yeah, he obviously knew you weren't a problem. Or you were away.
Was I?
Yeah, you were away, yeah. Because I don't remember you even being in like the day before or anything. Yeah, you were away, I'd say you were in Brazil. Because, but like that, he sensed it, you know, and like after that night, like we couldn't like had so much fun, you know what I mean? We were just having the crack together, you know? He's so good, like such a good leader. But back to what I was talking about, I do think that the cat dog thing, reincarnation, like I think that to observe, like I think, this is my theories, right? I think that the ultimate experience is the human experience, right? Like as in obviously being a cow would be a semi-fun, but like you're just in a field eating grass, you know, like you're not skiing, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like the human experience brings so, never say never. No putting past those cows. But like as in the human experience is the ultimate, you know, like we have so many different versions of the human experience. It's completely different than all of the animal leading up. And so I have a feeling, and I have a theory, that we become, in reincarnation, cats or dogs to like observe human behavior. To learn about being human from osmosis.
I don't think so.
I know you disagreed with me when I pitched it to you before.
It's great.
Huh?
I don't think we are this great, you know?
What, you don't think humans are that great? Oh,
I mean, we are, but like,
no, I don't think humans compared to animals. I think souls, like, you know, like I think that we're not better or worse than animals, but like as in the human experience is the longest and the most purposeful almost, you know, it's like, it's the hardest in a lot of ways.
That's really hard for me because that's like where I kind of feel that I struggle, you know? Because, I mean, like Mother Nature, you know, like the trees, like the everything, like the water. I'm just getting really deep here. But like everything, you know, the life that inside of everything, every single thing is just because, like, I think like we don't it's hard for us like to connect with this type of energy, but like this energy is so strong.
Yeah.
So strong and so old, so old. I think the new things here is us, you know, we are the new thing here.
Yeah.
So I think in a way they are like, we have like, you know, we think like they do as well, but like we have this, you know, difference between them. But I mean, like they have much more, like they are much more wise than we are. Like,
wait, who's they? Dogs and cats. So ridiculous, but also so real. Like, as in, I agree. Like, I think like reincarnation doesn't exist only one way. I don't think it's linear. Like, I don't think being a human is the end. But like, as in, I do think that, like I think if I was to come back, like I might be like, okay, just give me some time as like a monkey, you know, like I need some monkey time or something. Like, as in, you know, like you know, it's like you can go into different avenues. I think. Now, I don't know. I hope it's my fantasy. I hope, but I definitely think that the cats and dogs, the domesticated animals, there's a different bond between humans and those animals than any of the rest of the animals. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even when people try and domesticate other animals, like cats and dogs seem like the humans are familiar to them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they approach them. Like, if you see puppies and cats, they come to humans, whereas other animals don't really approach us in the same interested way, you know? I saw something that the reaction in elephants' brain is similar to our reactions to puppies. Like elephants think we're really cute, which I think is so
Is
nice.
that
Huh?
true?
I don't know. I don't know if anything I say. Like, let's just take everything I say is just
Anything that I
fiction.
say, like,
But I
never
saw
mind.
it. Elephants' reaction. See, this is why I need to look her up. Oh my God! Now it's just telling me. Yeah, I can't find it now.
So what do you have there behind you?
Here,
Yeah,
Ava's
yeah, the
books.
yeah the books.
Yeah, Christmas books.
Oh, like what about the green one, bluish?
This one.
No, no, not. Oh, I see.
This
And the
one.
last one, yeah, this one.
My Pet Star. It's actually really cute.
No, nice.
Yeah. Some of the books, like I pick the books that I read Ava every night now based on my own emotional. Like obviously she just loves a book, but like sometimes I'm like, oh, I need this book tonight. Like I need to feel good about myself. Some of the books are really cute, yeah. But yeah, I definitely think that because there's something weird, like even you with cats, right? Like you have a weird spiritual bond with your cats in a way, don't you? Not weird,
Yeah.
but like as in,
I'll read.
no,
Like you, I love my cat.
like in the same way that we like that's, but like it's you're not alone. Like everybody loves cats and dogs. Like people go freaking crazy about them. You know, there's definitely something there. There's something spiritual there that's like not uncovered yet that I want to know. My dad's quite funny with animals. He's like, we're just so ignorant to believe that we can understand them at all. You know, I'm like, that's so wise. Like he's just like, we're so ignorant to think that they don't communicate in ways that we've no idea. Like that's what I think. I think they could probably read each other's minds. Like I'm like, they're probably telepathic, half of them. And we're just like, oh, they're meowing. I'm like, no, they probably meow when they're in fear. So, like, you know, they probably literally can like talk to each other through their brains. And they're like, these fucking idiots about humans.
And he just be talking and like making all this noise.
I know, and
Just
crying. Yeah,
feel the presence.
yeah.
But I think that's the thing. Like they are more connected to the
source.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they feel, you know.
Mm.
And so like the communication is like through these feelings, you know, like this energy, like the feud.
Yeah, like
So-
dogs can predict epileptic seizures,
There
which
you
is
go.
freaking crazy. Crazy.
Like,
Yeah, they have
for that.
They have superpowers. I need to go pee pee.
Are you going to pee pee?
Yeah.
Okay, so I go pee pee as well.
Okay, let's do it. I was about to say take your mic off, but you are in Brazil, not wearing a mic.
Oh, my God.
Okay, BRB. Oh!
Say hi.
Oh, hello, Kitty. Who's this? Fifi.
That's no. Fifi is not here. Not here today.
Is that Juan?
No, she's in my brother's room.
Is that Juan? What's his name?
What?
John.
John? No, John is dead.
Oh,
Just kidding.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. And who's the? I don't know this. This one is this is the one that's always left out of the ones I remember, because that's why I'm like, it's not good for this cat. I always forget this cat's name. I remember Fifi and I remember Juan, because Juan was your mom's best friend and Fifi's your best friend, right?
Was John? João.
João.
Wow.
João.
Such a
Yeah.
Wow.
João. Oh yeah, not even N at the end. João. Oh my God, what's this cat's name, bro?
Secret.
Fuck off.
It's that's the thing. He has a lot of names, you know.
That's not good for his mental health. Wait there. You can't give your child lots of different names.
Yeah, he has like we call him like BB.
Fuck's sake. Ay, Carola. I have my lip balm and my lip liner somewhere, and now they have disappeared from me. No, this is actually a real tragedy. I saw you put your lip balm on and I got jealous. I got so jealous, mate.
Yeah. Because you are a lip balm girl as well.
Lip balm, curly Mac girl.
Oh, I miss the Mac girls.
I know, that was so funny. Me and Mariana used to call ourselves Mac girls because we both got Macs and we just thought it was the funniest thing in the world to be Mac girls. It was. Because it's such
Let me
a
see here.
My lip balm.
Yeah.
It's always the same.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah, it's so good. I never really get different ones, but it's quite wet.
I got this one, but like so sweet.
Yeah. No, this green one is the neutral.
Yeah.
Neutral. And for those who are curious, this is Love Trap by Charlotte Tilbury. My favorite lip liner. Nobody cares, but I care. So then they should care.
Can you see their lips now? Before.
So I didn't know. Somebody told me, because my mom doesn't wear makeup and I have 3 brothers. You're supposed to get the lip liner, not you're supposed to, but the lip liner that's the same color as your lips.
Yeah.
Thank you for pretending to care. Because then
I have no
like as in
idea.
it like makes your lips just look a little bit bigger, like, you know, like you're not, because if you get like, I was using like darker colors and it made my lips look smaller because I was like lining with dark, do you know what I mean? So this is just the same color, so I actually putting barely any on and it just gives it like a bit of a plump.
Okay, I like that.
I know, so that's a little tip for idiots like me who didn't know. And I really feel like there's so many people in my life who could have told me and just didn't. And I'm like, did you not
Thank
know?
God I have you now.
Yeah,
Tell
I'm
me
so generous with my makeup tips. Woo! Are you excited for Christmas?
Kinda, yeah.
I feel like I'm excited for the feeling, but then the actual day doesn't mean as much to me, you know? Like I like the day, but it's a lot, like it's a lot of messing about. But I'm looking forward to like lights and like people saying Happy Christmas to each other.
Yeah. I'm excited because this year me, my cousins, my brother, we're going to do like a third generation Christmas. So it's just like us, you know. So we're going to do lunch right on the 25.
Oh, nice! Just the cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
So we're going to cook. We're going to make our
Bring the
our
vibe.
Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. I'm kind of jealous. Me and my brothers are doing Chris Kindle this year, so we don't have to, because last year was so stressful. Like buying presents for like 15 people is fucking ridiculous. Like,
Are you buying for?
no, now this year for the first time. So my sister-in-law, my 3 brothers, and me are doing Chris Kindle. So we have to just buy 1 instead of 4. Yeah, 4. Much easier. Because these are big, you know, like, and like we always spend the same amount on each other. So it just feels, I don't know if I'm like a Scrooge, but like presents feel a bit pointless to me. It's like you spend this amount on me and then I spend this amount on you and then we just give each other, like, I'm just like, why don't we just keep our money and then not stress about having to buy presents, you know?
Yeah, I think it has all this thing of like, you know, giving and receiving and like the surprise and like the act.
The surprise, I guess. I did
Yeah,
cry
but
though. One of my brothers is really good at buying presents. So he got me like stuff for writing very early when nobody else was like supporting my writing as much. And I cried. And that was like a really nice moment. Thank you, Pork. That was when I was like, this is what Christmas is about. But other than that, I'm like, no, because we'll get like vouchers for each other, or like we would just ask each other what we want and then get it for each other. Yeah, but it's just fucking pointless then. You just get it, like.
I mean, like if you're going to like go through all this like the gifts, like swapping gifts and stuff, like at least you receive what you're looking for.
But
What you want.
then it's literally pointless because then you have no surprise. Like you just opening like something that you know.
The same. So
And
like
it's so stressful going shopping at Christmas. Like it's so stressful.
I have to buy the presents as well. Like, yeah. So I don't know if we can.
I read your eyes. Well, no, we
Yeah.
can't. We can't talk about her. Sorry, Tete, we can't talk about you. It's too soon. Can we leave that bit in?
What's sorry?
Can we leave that bit in?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh. No, it's too soon. It's too soon. But yeah, that's kind of exciting. It's a different version of Christmas, isn't it? When you are dating someone that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. But New Year's Eve is bigger in Brazil.
I mean, it depends on the family, right? For my family, like Christmas is not really big, you know. But for some family here, like it's, you know, it's big. But like I mean, like the New Year, you go like traveling with a friend, so you do as big as you want, you know.
Yeah, that's fun. Are you going traveling with your friends this New Year?
No, I don't want to too big.
Just people do. Like such a cat. People out there do. I've seen them. I've seen them.
They have been doing that, yeah.
Will you go to
For years.
Brotas?
No, like I'm going to. I think we are planning that I'm going to this friend's house.
Woohoo! Okay, very nice. Okay, I think we might stop recording here. What time is it yet? How long have we done?
I think 2 hours.
Yeah, I think we'll stop it here. We'll stop recording. Okay, just to let you know.
Okay, so should
recording stopped.
Oh shit, we should
Bye.
say bye, yeah. Well, I'm recording the screen.
Recording
still, so
in
fine.
progress.
Yeah, so I think we should say goodbye because I just feel it. Interesting, right? So what? Actually, before we go, we're back in, you guys. Buckle up. What way do you think I should do this podcast? Like for me, I like this natural feeling. Like I feel like we got to places that I couldn't have planned getting to that were more interesting to me because we just went with the flow of the conversation. But then I've heard certain people are like, you should prepare questions. And then other people are like, I love that it's natural and relaxed and organic. Like nobody said that. People are like, I love that it's casual.
Just like you having a lot of feedback, so don't you?
No. To be fair, if you obviously people I know, it's not like people are coming at the people I don't know, but like my friends and family, obviously. And some people are like prefer structure, and some people don't prefer structure. I personally prefer this. You know, for me, I'm like, you know, it feels better doing it. But what do you like? How do you feel after doing this?
Okay, so what I think about that and how I feel about that is depends on who's here, right?
Yeah.
For me, like if you keep like if you ask me questions, you saw what I did, right? So I just like okay, you know, like I don't like this structure that much as well. So like I like to go with the flow. Then I feel more relaxed to be myself.
And thoughts come more naturally. It's not like you're putting pressure on your brain in a weird way. Yeah.
Kind of like you ask and then I respond and kind of like this.
It's a conversation.
You know?
It's a conversation. It's a flow.
So I think it depends on like who you're talking to, you know?
Because I said it to Marcus as well. I sent Marcus some topics and I was like, because I thought maybe he would want, because, you know, I thought he would maybe want some structure. And then I was like, but listen, we can not talk about any of these. We can talk about all of them. We can do whatever you want. Like I was like, for me, I like to go with the flow. That's my preference. It just feels, it's nicer for me. Like in this seat, it's more relaxed if I can just chat to the person. And then obviously the first while is always a bit weird, you know, because it's just weird. But then it's like you get surprises that you don't expect. But then I do agree with you. Like if I get somebody, see, this is the thing. If I get somebody from film, when I start getting people from film, but even then I'm like, will I have particular questions? I think I'll have particular questions, but I don't think I'll need to write them down or prepare. Like I think it will just be memory.
I mean, we're talking about you know, and as much as know you, like you know the questions in yourself.
That's
so
what I feel like.
Yeah, you just came like with it like naturally. So
yeah, and I feel like I'll be too. My brain won't be present. I won't be present in the moment if I'm aware that I have a list of questions I haven't asked. You know,
you can like think about like the questions before just to have an idea, like
exactly
about the subject.
Like, exactly.
I think it just, especially like with movie, like the things that you're like really like into, you know, it's just going to pop up on you.
Yeah, I think so too. And like obviously, if I'm not interviewing, if I'm having a conversation with anyone from certain movies, I'll just watch their stuff. Like that's what will spark the questions. Like I won't try and think of questions. I'll just watch their work. Like for me, it's like I get to watch your work and then talk to you about your work. Like, yeah, that's like that will be enough for me to be like, well, I have a bazillion questions if you stay here forever, you know. But yeah, I personally so far have liked the kind of relaxed nature of it. But I'm curious how it feels in your seat, obviously. But this was good for you.
Yeah. It was good for me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's call it there. So thank you to you. I love you. You're my sister, and you'll be back, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
What do you mean, hopefully?
I mean, if you give me the honor to be here again.
Forever and ever. So they'll get to watch us grow, but we will have curly hair for the whole time. We're the curly girls now, curly Mac girls. Okay, I love you, sister. We're going to keep talking, but you guys aren't going to watch. So we're going to talk about boys and girls. Girls for her, boys for me. No, we're not really, but we're going to talk about girls. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay.
Recording stopped.
Recording stopped.